And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the stream. My name is Talesian. There you are, and here I am. And today, we are playing Lord of the Rings Online. Now, we're currently moving our way through Enedwaith and into Dunland. Couple of minor things have happened. There was this update that sort of changed over everything about my class, from traits to traceries to skills. Yeah. Sigh. I'm actually kind of pleased with the update on a personal level. I went ahead and did some testing the past day and a half or so. I put together a skill tree and managed to go ahead and do some deeding off camera. And I was able to take out giants in Guibar near Nan's Peak, no problem. So I was even take out wraiths, no problem. I even took out a harrowing. So obviously either the changes are not that bad, or I managed to figure out a way to deal with the changes. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But thank you, everyone, for joining me today. For those of you who are not aware, if you are watching this on Twitch right now, I have a YouTube channel. The link is down below. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I stream this live 4 days a week on Twitch. 2 days I do Lord of the Rings Online, and 2 days I do Star Wars The Old Republic, and occasional bonus streams here and there. The link is also down below. And also have a Discord server where I update with game news and such. Link is down below. Please join me, become part of the community. Love to have you along for the long haul. But let's go ahead and see what we got. First things first, besides the major update that went through, we are coming rapidly to the end of LI Reward Track Season 14. We got about 25 days left. Currently, I think I'm up to 59. Yeah, I can just claim 58 now. And we're coming up to 59. Big 60, I get an incomparable tracery token. The next big one at 65 will be an incomparable coffer of Amari Haldry. I don't know if we'll get that far today. But we got about 25 days left on this. Also, it has been reported that the next expansion, which will include Isengard, will be dropping, I think, around August the 14th. I'll have to double check the exact day, but I know it's around there. I don't even know if we have it in the calendar yet. I think it's actually going to be August 11th or 12th. It's going to be right around in here. Also, currently today, we have a 25% bonus for skirmish marks. And that's going to be going on through the weekend. And the VIP event boost will be next weekend. But, as I said, there was a major change to the hunter patches today. And I'm not sure how a lot of people I've been seeing online have been kind of mixed with their feelings about it. I've been fairly lucky. I haven't had too many changes or adjustments that I've had to make. So we will see. There was a Nazgul that happened literally about 30 minutes before I came on stream, but I was too busy doing things around the house and helping out my partner to log on. But let me go ahead and really quickly here show you just a few of the changes they did. They completely redid all 3 of the trait trees. Let me move it over here so I'm not in the screen. As you can see, I'm primarily a blue line huntsman because I like the mobility. The mobility helps me when dealing with the Nazgul. I do believe, however, though, I'm going to make a few changes because I think I would like to get 1 point in set traps. Because having a trap, especially dealing with Nazgul and giants and such, it helps to make things helps to make things easier. And I think 1 point for that will probably put me right back to just about where I was before. I mean, they've done things like they've basically removed pretty much all the skill inductions for Blue Line. Skill inductions is the time it takes for the skill to activate. And that has actually, I found, to be a big help for me pumping out the DPS, being able to take down Giants and Guibar, which I finished up both of those. Did I finish up both those deeds? And let's see, this is Ravanian and Enedwaith. Southern Mirkwood. I think it was Southern Mirkwood. Yeah, I think I finished up most of those. So I didn't really have a whole lot of problems with it, but we'll go ahead and see where things go as we continue down the path. Now, currently, I am on our way to the quest turn-in. A couple of quest turn-ins and a quest pickup. So let's go ahead and head over there now. I hope everyone is having a good day today. Like I said, I was helping my partner out and taking care of things around the house, so I was a little bit busy earlier, so I didn't get a chance to log in for the Nazgul. I mean, of course, that happened literally 30 to 45 minutes right before I go on stream, so unfortunately I missed it today. But yeah, we're heading down here to the Lich Bluffs, and we're doing that quest turn-in down there. Oh, I should probably summon my goose. I'll summon my goose once we get there. But as I mentioned, middle of August, they're releasing the next expansion, which will include Isengard and the Tower of Orthanc. I know a lot of people have mentioned that they're concerned that the raid is basically, unless they do some major changes to some of the itemization and such, that basically going forward, the server is not going to be worth it. You'll be better off doing just the regular server. Since I don't do raiding, that really doesn't affect me all that much. I'm very content doing a story mode, very content just working on my questing and such. So I'm not sure if it's going to affect me. I plan to continue on Mordor for as long as they'll let me play, and then we'll move to Peregrine, and then I'll continue on from there. That's my plan, at least. But let's go ahead, and I'm here with Mincham, and this is where I ended up last session, and he's got 4 new quests for me. I'm not sure which of these we can do, but we'll try them out. First one's the corruption of the cairns.
Evil stirs in the shadows, and the Grey Company has need of aid.
According to Laughreg legends, the barrows of the interred dead are marked with cairnstones. These cairnstones are remembrances of past glories and the stories of the dead. Recently, however, several of the cairnstones located north of the Trek Place have been cruelly corrupted, violating the resting places of the dead. We could look at these markers and examine them so we might see what has happened to them and what the cause of the corruption might be. Travel south along the road until you reach a broken bridge, then head westwards to the entrance of Trek Place. You will find the corrupted stones to the north. Okay, I can understand that. I mean, the Grey Company obviously cares, so I'm willing to do that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're going to run out of quest room here real quick, because I've still got to... So let me go ahead, before I take a whole bunch of new quests on, let's go ahead and get rid of a few of the ones that I have here. Oh, I should have stayed back there launch. There's a couple of them right nearby. Ah, sigh. Okay. I'll figure it all out eventually. You know me. I get everything all screwed up sometimes. So we'll go ahead and we'll take care of both of those 2 questing spots that are right near launch, and then make my way south. I swear, some days I wouldn't know what I was doing unless my head was bolted on tight enough. All right, so there's one over here on the other side of La Hanche, so we'll go around. And that's the cash and carry. I want to make sure I've got names on there so I can see what's going on. I think I still need half-works. Yes, I still do need half-works. So we'll go ahead and take out a few of those. But, I mean, watch this. This is just, boom. Dead. I'm not noticing any of the problems that people are having with the changes so far. Okay, just checking something there. Got to keep an eye out. My partner's out running some errands while I started my stream, so I'm going to have to jump off of here in a minute or two, and or when they get home, and just help them out. Okay, I should be looking for a rune, I do believe. I'm in the area, so... There it is, and there's a deserter captain nearby. And right there's the Wayfarer's rune that I needed to find. Search for the cache about 60 paces south of the Ranger's Room. So we want to head due south. There it is. The ground here seems to be disturbed. And I've uncovered the cache of arrows. And then literally due east is, I think, another cache. Is it yes, that's the bandages cache. So we'll go ahead and head over there real quick. It's on the other side of launch. So let's board up my horse. Near a solitary tree east of launch. Is that over here? No, it's over this way. Okay. Am I in the area now? Just about. Solitary tree was the note on this one. Now, watch this. This is something that, oh, fuck me. It had to be the big guy, too, didn't it? Watch this. Is he gonna run? No, he's not. Okay. And I'm not even damaging him. Holy crap. Well, this is gonna be a short one before I die again. Yep. I got 2,000. I got about 1,500 points off of him. We'll revive for free. And now we're going to have this wonderful, wonderful glow for the rest of the stream right around me here. So I'll be easy to find. Let me go ahead and let chat know. Darn it. God damn it. There we go. Well, there's the rune. At least I did find the rune. A small copse of trees northeast. And there's the buried cache right there. Thank you. Like I said, I can take out most things now. That harrowing, though, I was surprised it. I wasn't even damaging it, so that was kind of weird. But then again, I also realized I'm not buffed either. If I was buffed, I might be able to. So, let's go ahead and take a minute and get buffed up here. We might give that another try. There he is. Let's try it again. Oh wow, he's not slowed down, he's not... Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's not good. And he's gone. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I guess I can't take out harrowing. Nope, he warped it back, so I pulled him too far out of loop. So obviously I can't take out harrowing. So like I said, I'm still doing some changes on the new patches. Honestly, most of the overland stuff I don't have a problem with, as you can tell. So. Okay. Let's see where these need to go. That's what I thought, down there near Hardirian. So let's go ahead and head to Hardirian and turn in those quests. And then I think we're down in that part of the realm completely, I think. Now there's still stuff out of Thor's Croom, so let's go ahead and head to Nar's Peak then. Because I still got some questing I can do up in that area. There we go. The arrows and the bandages.
May the Valar grant us swift passage through these lands.
Good. That is a fair bundle of arrows and strings. It ought to last us until we reach the southern border of Dunland. We'll have to do. And then this one is for the cachet of bandages.
What brings you to the wilds of Enedwaith?
In endeavors such as these, inevitable some among us will be wounded. These bandages have steeped in potent herbs that will help ward off infection and speed the healing of such wounds. And I have just made ally to the Grey Company. Which means I'm now working on... Oh. Really? I guess I need to readjust all of that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and... go. For some reason it didn't. Ally and 200. There we go. Now it's showing much better. There we go. I'll have to go through and readjust some of this, but I wanted to get that one at least fixed up. And because I made ally to the Grey Company, I got a new deed, which is to become kindred. The completed deed grants me 15 LOTRO points, a vendor discount, and ally of the Grey Company title. 15 LOTRO points are very nice right now. Alright, so let's see here. Now we need to head... literally due north, and I think we're going to be talking to Granu at his camp and turning in a couple of quests. He is the Enedwaith, he's the Alreg that was imprisoned, or excuse me, wounded while the rest of his companions passed away. So I'm heading down there right now to turn in a couple of quests that he had. Go. There's his camp right there. And the first one is an unfortunate man.
What have we to say to each other, Devodiad?
A Devodiad? What a sorry day when I must rely on a Devodiad to assist me. However, it seems I have no choice. My name is Gronu, and I was a member of a hunting party that was ambushed by the cursed Dragluth of Dunland. And that's a repeatable quest which I've already been working on. So there's another quest that I'm turning in just to the north over here. Ah. The Dunlending cart. The much needed supplies. Place the venison that I've been hunting for Gronu, place it into this cart. And now I'll go back and talk to him, and that'll turn in that quest. Much needed supplies.
Leave us alone, and we will leave you in peace.
Thank you for helping with that task. My people would be grateful for your kindness. And if you'll excuse me 1 second, I will be right back. Oh, I am back. Headset back on here. There we go. Sorry about the quick AFK there. Let me check something here. Good. We're doing good. All right. Let's see what quests are over there. Brennan of the Dragluth. Defeat hell. Oh, okay. We need to head over there. I don't know if Nars Peak. No, it's probably not closer to go to Nars Peak. We'll just continue on. Let's mount up on a horse, though. Oh, right there. Okay, now we can do that. I need to defeat Helgen Brennan and 3 of his personal guards. I think somebody's already been here. At least they left me the chest. That was nice of them. Yeah, it looks like somebody's been here already, so I'm going to have to wait for the city to respawn. But that's okay. I'll pick up the backpack and the... I'll grab the extra little loot that's sitting around. I'm not going to say no to that. Yeah, somebody literally come in and wipe the entire town off the map. No big deal. I think I've already got. I've already got the Drakeluth. Yeah, I really do like the lack of inductions with the. Just being able to pick a skill and just randomly set it off is actually kind of nice. There we go. Now they're starting to respawn, so we can go ahead and make our way through. Oh, that is all that. Okay. And I've just got the last of the ingredients, too, so that's good. I took care of all that. So let's go ahead and get out of here. All right, very good. Quests on my map so I can see where I need to go. Let's go ahead and turn in that quest back to Granu again, and then we'll go ahead and head back to Non-Peak and turn in that quest there. And there's Granus. Let's go and turn in his quest. Renin of the Drakeluth.
We have little to say to your kind.
I believe that while the creatures that hunt the valley to the northeast may still be difficult to deal with, hearing Brenin's defeat may make the Drakeluth less of a concern. Thank you from the depths of my heart for all of your help. You will be remembered and spoken well about me by the Ukluth.
You are a Devonian.
That's just the
from
repeated
distant
quest, which I
lands.
am not going
I
to
am not sure what
repeat
help
again.
can be.
But how was our reputation with the Algreg? I'm almost ally, so that's good to know. Okay. Almost max ally, which means I'm working on the Kindred. Okay, so now let's go ahead and turn in that quest at Nan's Peak. It should be Nar's Peak, excuse me, right there. And then we'll go ahead and work on some of those quests that are in there. Yeah, he had gave me a list of ingredients and things that he needed. Chapter 14, The Distant Dwarf.
Ah, you have the ingredients. Good!
I will begin making the brew in just a moment.
I will set about making the brew, if you do not mind waiting.
Let me know if that is fine. Okay. Talk to Frithgear and wait for him to make the brew for Nar. Okay. Obviously, there's something that's going to happen.
It will be a few moments.
Find a comfortable place to wait.
While Frithgeir prepares the brew that will restore the sense of our host, an ancient dwarf who has lived long and seen much, our company decides what should next be done.
The water is boiling already, and now I will add the ingredients you collected. The odor will be quite pungent, so perhaps you should speak with the rest of your friends that have come to Zugronun while it sleeps. The odor is rather unpleasant, though I find it does clear the cobwebs away when I am feeling under the weather. It will be some time before the brew is ready. So there's Eladan. So many books, and none of them taken when Nar's people left him. It puzzles me. It is clear that many dwarves once lived here, but where they have gone and why is a mystery. I suspect that even Frithgear's brew will not clear Nar's mind sufficiently for him to provide us the answers that we seek. There's Kalangad. We are a long way from Evendom, and I wonder how our friends are managing with our absence. Kalangad sighs and looks suspiciously at Nar. I understand why you have taken this brief excursion to the hills, for if Nona is satisfied by what we learned here, our dealings with the Uklo should be made easier. But what can we really learn from this dwarf? He does not even seem to notice us. Yeah, he's having a bit of a fit. What Horneer, what does he have to say? I do not know what to make of this dwarf. Where did all of his people go? Why would they leave him behind? And what could he have seen that might leave him so addled? Frithgeir seems to be kind-hearted, and it seems to me that Nar would be hard-pressed to survive here for any period of time without him, but there is something not quite right about these two. Talk to Halbarat. I've been listening to Nar's ramblings, and I have managed to piece together some of his history. I believe he was once a servant or a friend of Thror, grandfather of Thorin Oakenshield, and this was one of their homes in exile. Thror did not return to Erebor, but it seems to me that he made another journey, and Nar accompanied him. From his words, I believe they came into danger, and someone approaches. You, dwarf, where is the leader of this place? I demand to speak to your chief. Bring me a sperma, Gervin. Huh? Do you mock me? What is going on here? Nona listens impatiently as you explain what the situation in Zugradun seems to be. I want answers for myself. My brother was changed after he came here, and this Nar knows why. He will tell me why, or it will go badly for him. What did you say to my brother Wadu when he came here? Wadu? Aye, he was a brave dwarf. My brother was not a dwarf. Nar, it is ready. I have this for you. Second for it to kick in. This is strong-smelling stuff, is it not? To your health. Well, that's good. Ooh. What are you? When did you arrive? Okay, now Nar's probably talkable. Nar shakes his head, breathing deeply the steam billowing out of the mug. Wadu. I know that name. We went to the Fatherlode, where he rang the sound of hundreds of dwarf hammers, far below Zugradund. It is curious. I remember walking with Wadu among the great turning water wheels of the Old Father, but I have not seen him since. He is still not down there, is he? You tell Nar that Wadu has been slain, and his beard creases into a frown. Ah, that is a shame. He was most brave, wasn't he? I can take you to the mine, if you'd like. And it looks like I have a whole bunch of people who are going along with us. Both Eladon and Nona are going. Are you ready to go to the mines below this hall? Very good. I am ready to show you the way. We are far beneath the earth now, and a feeling has been growing on my mind for some time now. I think someone, or something, just watched as we descended. I cannot pinpoint it, but I believe some intelligence has observed our passage from Zugradund. Something else has made me uneasy. How much of Frithio's view has Nar already consumed, and how much remains? The dwarf has been alert for our descent, but what happens when the steaming brew has been exhausted? That is a good point. Huh? Yes, I do wonder the same thing. How far below the earth is he taking us? Behold, the great wheel of the Old Father. It's weird how none of the bats did attack Nar. I do not like this. Why did the bats of this cavern not attack the dwarf? And why does he walk among them without danger? Wadu came into this mine full of fear and uncertainty. What happened here that he emerged with it with courage? Courage that would lead him to his death. The longer this journey takes, the more questions it poses. I want to be above the ground again, in the sunlight. Oh, you think he's going back into his, Let's see what Eladon has to say. It is the smell of the brew that kept his bats from attacking Nar. And we should hope that it was not, for he seems to have exhausted it. A few drops may yet remain, but the odor is much less than what it was, and he seems to be falling once more out of awareness. Eladon shakes his head. There's a gate ahead, and if I learned anything of dwarves, it is such a gate certainly has a lever somewhere to open it. Find the lever and return to us, and we will proceed. I fear that this journey will soon end in failure, for without a guide that can speak to us in ways we understand, what can we hope to learn here? Alright, so I need to find the lever. There's the door. where is that lever? Not up here. Okay, well, let's keep looking. Not up here. And I think I just screwed myself. Yay! I don't think I can get back up there. Nope. Alright, so I gotta go down. So what's the best way down without killing myself? Down there. Nope. Oh, wow. It took me all the way outside. Dear God. Okay, let's try that one again. That was smart, Frank. That was very smart. Oh, so we're going to have to repeat that whole quest line all the way up to there. I apologize, folks. I didn't realize I was going to be that smart. And I have to rebuff myself. I am just going to be skipping a lot of the text. I'm not going to reread it.
It will be a few moments.
Like I said, I'm just skipping through a lot of these so I can get us back to where we were. Okay, so now let's head back. Okay. Okay, so now I need to find that water wheel again. So we'll go, let's see if there's a different way that I can go this time. It doesn't seem to be. Well, looking at the map, and I guess I was going the right way. I must have missed something. Let's continue on. But I must have missed. I knew I should have made that a left turn at Albuquerque. Did not go that way. Go back up here. Maybe I missed a turn up here. All right. Let's go back to where everybody is, and then I will look up the quest information. The path to the north leads up to the lever, up to levels to overlook the father wheel. Okay. So it is up here. I kind of had a feeling I must have just missed it. It might be all the way up there. Why can't I get to it? We'll find it eventually. Ah, there we go. I missed that turn. That's why I couldn't find it. There it is. Now let's head back down, join everybody, and then go through there. There we go. And they've all already made their way through the lever, through the door, and onward. The gate stands open, but your friends are gone. Are they below? There they are. Oh, there's Oladan. I am sorry that we did not wait, but Nar gave a shout and ran forward when the gate opened, and we did not want to lose him. He is just ahead, with Nona. Why have you brought us here? Do you even remember? Roast mutton. I am sorry, Nona. He is no longer aware of us. He sees now only his distant memories. But why? What was this body of the Gweebar supposed to tell me? Aye, he was a burn dwarf. I saw him face many a fearsome beast, but none so deadly as that which lived beneath the earth. Did his heart quail in his chest? No, it did not. I care not for the exploits of some ancient dwarf. Did his axe hand trouble? It did not. Elena must have found something. Nona? The wounds of this Gweebar are still fresh. It has been dead for no longer than a week. Courage rose unbidden in his veins, and he struck the beast once, twice, 3 times. These are sword wounds, not axe wounds. In his own way, I think Nar is telling us 2 stories, not one. I believe that a dwarf named Hervin slew a great beast beneath the mountains. But I believe, too, that your brother Wadu found his courage here and in the depths slew this great Gweebar. Wadu? Can this be true? My brother, even after the terrible things my father said to him, and even after what I had said to him in my frustration. Nona trails off, staring at the body of the enormous Gweebar. He mastered his fear, and achieved a victory that even the bravest and strongest of the warriors of the Enedwaith could not hope to match. And now he's gone, slain by enemies who waited in hiding for him to pass. Cowards. They were nothing compared to this great beast, but they laid him low where even it could not. My Wadu. I know your road, son of Elrond. That way lies death. What did you say? Treachery. Treachery and deceit. You who walk the paths of the dead, beware. How can you know of those things? Answer me, Nar. Answer me. Second from the left. That is what I heard. Aye. Slightly underdone. Ah, it is hopeless. Can you tell me what just happened? How can Nar know of the errand of the Grey Company? And more than that, how can he know of my father's words to my brother and me? How can he know that we were considering taking the paths of the dead once we met up with Aragorn? I must tell Halbrand and the other rangers of this. I think things may have just become more complicated. We must all turn to Zugradund. I do not know what this means, but I fear for every answer we obtain in this place, we've received twice as many questions.
The road of the Grey Company has brought us already over field and under stone, but a gathering dread has settled upon me here in Enedwaith. Who is this dwarf, Nar? How can he know where our road might take us? And I feel this question most sharply of all. Can we trust his words?
Ooh.
Na has often said peculiar things. It is difficult to determine what he means by them.
He has had an extremely long and extremely painful life, as I understand it, and only faithful Frithgil remains now to help him continue it. These men with you, these rangers, they seem disturbed by what Na has said. Can you ease their minds? I fear they will do him some harm, and I cannot allow that. I asked Goladir to explore this place with me, but he had other tasks before him.
What can the dwarf have meant by that?
I am completely at a loss. How can Nar have known what Elrond had said to his sons before we departed Rivendell? And what does this mean that he does know it? Quenya sighs, and you realize that it has become a familiar sound. He catches your look and smiles bitterly. It feels like we are mired in something we do not fully understand. We cannot afford to ignore this mystery, for it may threaten the very purpose of our journey. But what will we discover? We must take a rest in any event. We can talk this over later and hope things will be more clear. So let's see what trousers, and if the trousers are an upgrade. No, they're not an upgrade. Do they look nice, though? Are they worth keeping? Not really. So we'll just take the most expensive ones. Let's see, 21, 16, and 15. So we'll just take the 21 because these are definitely not an upgrade for me. Those are just level 50 runes, so we're just going to use those. Okay.
I do not like this.
Book 3, Chapter 1. Secrets of Zungradund. I do not like this. How has Nar come to know of our potential road? That Elrond advised his sons to remember the paths of the dead, for we may need to walk them, was known to but a few, and all of them trustworthy. Something is not right about all of this. It will not be long before we must set out again, but in time, before we do, we must learn what we can about Nar's recent activities. There may be some clue in them to reveal the source of his knowledge concerning our errand. Speak to Thirthgear about Nar. He's proved helpful in returning his friend to clarity, short-lived though it was, and may help us again. Book 3, Chapter 1.
I'm sorry he upset you. Nar means no harm.
Frithgear listens as you recount Coroner's request to know of Nar's recent activities. His brow creases in thought, and he is silent for a moment. When he speaks again, his words come slowly, as if he is unsure they will be of help. A few days before Wadu the Dunlending came to Zungradund, I noticed Nar spending a great deal of time looking through some of the bookshelves for something. I thought it was odd, because he generally takes little interest in the books and records here. But he did not speak of it, and I did not ask what drove his examination. I can tell you which section of the shelves it was, but there are a lot of books to go through, and I do not know if that will be of any assistance, but you are welcome to seek a common thread, if it may be of help to you and your friends. Look at the shelves to the southeast of here, around the illuminated statue. Okay, not up here, or is it up one more level? There are a lot of books around here, I'll say that much. Might not be up here at all. Ah, there we go. Here we go. A slim book, The Herbs and the Plant Life of the Coombe, is resting atop several others, as if it had been recently removed and carelessly returned to the shelf. It is my hope that these musings on a great variety of plant life found within the Coombe will be of help to those who, by want or need, find themselves uncertain of a herb's utility or a vegetable's properties. It is clear that such knowledge is fading in my people. Thror has commanded the opening of a new wing in the mines beneath Zugardund, but my own studies have been, of a necessity, self-directed. I do not complain. The gems that they have taken from the old wings stir my heart as much as they do any of my fellows, but there is as much to be learned from the green as there is from the stone. But I ramble, as I often do when I'm called upon to defend my interest. This is followed by several pages of notes on various plants that grow on the slopes of Thror's Coombe. One of the pages has been turned sideways and earmarked, and it catches your eye. The next herb is easily found throughout the Coombe. Simply follow your nose, and on a day of calm weather, its sweet smell will guide you easily to patches of Hugel Horaz growing on the grassy slopes. The name, in fact, means sweet water, and the Dunlendings with whom I have spoken believe the smell to drive away evil beings. When the herb is crushed and added to water containing the petals of the Ninja Meru and the fruit of the Kibo Glus, steeping in solution for an hour produces a strange-smelling brew that I have noticed for its ability to provide clarity of thought and heightened reasoning. It does seem this effectiveness dulls with repeated use, and the brew should therefore not be overused. Okay, well that explains the brew that he took. Let's check the second shelf. You found a parchment, yellowed and old, tucked away beneath the covers of a thin book and apparently forgotten. Hail, Thrain, king under the mountain. Preparations for leaving the Coombe are well underway, and it will not be long before our people are ready to depart for the Blue Mountains. The great wheels of the depths will turn without them, but I wonder for how long. I'm writing this letter to express my concern about Nar. You know as well as anyone the things he has seen, and his service to your father cannot be questioned. He deserves much better than he has gotten. He seems to not even see me these days, though I must endure the retelling of my own exploits 2, 4, or a dozen years in the past. It makes me sad to think of it now, and his excitement in each recounting the previous one forgotten saddens me even more. This is why I must ask your permission to remain when the others go. Nar will not go to the Blue Mountains, and I wish him to stay here and to look out for him. My son, too, wishes to stay. He is young, and knows nothing of our real home. This to him is no exile, but the Blue Mountains would be. I do not want to deprive Frithgear of the only home he has ever known. I will do whatever you command, of course, but this is my desire, if it be your wish to grant it. Hervin Drakeslayer. Okay, well that explains why Frithgear and Nar are still here. So let's take a look at the final shelf. You found some torn pages, which seem to have undergone a great deal of use over the years. The words are very large, and every page is an illustration drawn in a fanciful style. Kari was a little dwarf, smaller than you and me, and wherever Kari went, he took his axe, or 3. 1 axe for his left hand and 1 for his right, and 1 axe to carve the roast he ate almost every night. Now one day the orcs did call. They came right up to the gate. "Come on out," they said. "We have a feast. Do not be late." The dwarves knew what that meant, and they knew it very well. If they went to the orcs, they'd not hear the dinner bell. You know what Kari said? He said it loud and clear. "Who goes to see the orcs and give them things to fear?" "But you're so little," said the dwarves. They told him not to go, but Kari went and would not stop till he faced the orcs below. The orcs laughed. "What can you do? Just hold still, we'll get the skewers." They turned their backs, and that was back, so we now call him Kari Orc Hewer. Nice little poem.
You have brought the gemstones? Good, good. These will do very nicely.
He seems to not realize that you have brought him no gemstones. This is going about as well as you expected. So let's go back and talk to Cornier and see what he has to say. Let me get some to drink here.
Nar's words remain as cloudy as ever. It was worth trying.
Though it has not borne fruit. You should go to Enedwaith at the campsite of the Grey Company in a grove of trees to the east of the Ukluth village of Lanarch, and tell them that we are no closer to learning why Nar spoke of the paths of the dead. Enedwaith is a master of the lore, and he may have thought of something. Okay. Well, that means I have to port back to a launch, which should be right there. I am very curious as to how Nar knew everything, because none of us had met Nar before, and I know, obviously, nobody would have said a word. Okay, so now which way? Okay. 157 away. Not that far. Okay. Ah, he's actually standing near something that's very important. Right here, right near Canadaith is the Enedwaith reflecting pool. If there's any instances in Enedwaith that you want to redo, you can obviously come right here, skip a lot of the questing and stuff, and redo the instances.
The mystery of Nar's knowledge must remain unsolved for a time yet.
You have spoken with the dwarf Nar again, to no avail? I see. Will he not tell us how he knows of the words of Elrond? Will he not tell us how he knows of the paths of the dead? It seems his mystery must remain unsolved for a time yet. Kenneth smiles, thinking. Do you know the story of the Oathbreakers and the paths of the dead? Perhaps a recounting of that tale is in order and will be more familiar with the puzzles set before us. Do you wish to hear it?
I will tell you the tale of the Oathbreakers and the paths of the dead.
After the destruction of Numenor in the Second Age, Elendil and his sons came to Middle-earth, and they knew they had to start anew or perish. And so the kingdoms of Anor and Gondor were founded, Anor to the north and Gondor to the south. At the hill of Eric in the kingdom of Gondor, Isildur set a great black stone that was brought out of Numenor before its downfall, and it is said the stone stands still there, unchanged, even as it was in the latter years of the Second Age. That is where, and when, our story begins. And now starts, and now this is one of the things that they've added in a recent patch. Let me go ahead and move myself out of the way real quick here. If you notice on Canadaith's head, let me pull my map. You see that it's got a ring with these loops around it. That shows that that's a story instance. One of the things that they added recently, if you wanted, is a very shortened account. Basically, you can skip the entire scenario and just read the shortened account, and it will count as the quest passing. I actually like to go ahead and do these, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to Canadaith, and we're going to do it. Canadaith desires to tell you the story of the Oathbreakers and the Paths of the Dead, a story that has its beginning in the closing years of the Second Age of Middle-earth. I will play as a soldier of Minas Ithil in level 65. I am glad they put in the shortened accounts.
In the Second Age of Middle-earth, Isildur called the men of the mountains to the hill of Erech to discuss their loyalties.
Okay, I'm not going to worry about a whole lot here. Just want to double check my abilities. Sword of Gondor, so that's a melee skill. Sword Sweep, a melee skill. Shield Bash is a melee skill. Destroy the foes of Gondor. Powerful sword strike with a 45-second cooldown and a healing Aetherius. Okay. And let's go ahead and just get these out of the way. Walk to Uchtnib. This is the place, Ireland, the Hill of Eric. You stayed behind at the encampment when our lord was last here, but I was in a party that wrestled the stone to the summit. Several days of toil, true, but I can think of no better way to mark the escape of Numenor's sons with the deluge. Seeing the forest we came through from this height gives me a greater appreciation for its beauty, and I forgive the branches that the many scratches we sustained. This new kingdom of Gondor is a beautiful land indeed, and may it stand forevermore. This way, Arvind. Isildur has gone on ahead, and we must not let our lord wait on our arrival. To the summit.
The kingdoms of Arnor and Gondor were still in their infancy. Isildur knew he would need allies, if Gondor was to flourish.
Isildur wishes to gain their trust and their loyalty. Let's move myself down for now. There he is, Ireland. Speak with him while I catch my breath a moment. Wow. I have to admit, it is kind of beautiful up here. Look at this. Ireland, is it? Yes, I thought so. Isildur looked about expansively, admiring the view from the summit. This has been a year of toil, Ireland, but at moments like this, breathing the clean air and looking out over the forests of Middle-earth, I can almost believe that this is home.
Isildur called the men of the White Mountains to treat with him at Erech.
Do you think they will come, Ireland? We have peace for now, but if Sauron returns, we will need allies. We need the allegiance of the men of the mountain. Will they grant it? Look for them from the north slope of the hill, Ireland.
At last they approached, a small group of men and their king.
You are the son of Elendil the Tall. You are the one called Isildur. I am. I am Briok. I am the king of the mountain. Why have you called us to this place? The kingdom of Gondor is young, but already you have seen signs of its strength. From over the sea we have come, bringing with us the majesty undreamed of in Middle-earth. We desire your friendship. Gondor can provide you with great stores of knowledge and power. Understand this, Isildur, son of Elendil. When my sworn men were young, traders told them the tales of the great land beyond the sea. Now that the men of that place have sprung forth, as if from legend, they erect mighty towers and great cities. They perform wonders. My lord Isildur does not ask for your reference. He asks for your sword arms. Be still, Uhtred. The forces of Sauron are scattered and leaderless, but it has been so before. Will you swear an oath to fight against him, should he return? I will swear upon this very stone, the sign of the might of Numenor's sons. On this stone, I swear that I and my people will stand with you and fight against Sauron, should he return.
It was done. The allegiance of the men of the mountains was secured.
There is a great deal we can learn from you and from the kingdom of Gondor. We are now as brothers, are we not? The bond of our oath will tie us together, and let our shared enemies tremble, Gondor and the mountain. King Riuk has led us for these many years, and his word is hewn from the stone like that of the mountain itself, with roots as deep. Let Sauron show himself again at his peril. He would dare not, when confronted with we, the men of the mountain, and you, the sons of Numenor, and now Gondor. At this moment there are none in the land more proud than I, King Riok of the Mountain. There's so much our people can learn from each other, and by sharing our strength we will be the stronger for it. Your Lord Isildur was wise to reach out to us, and we are honored to have been called to this place. Should Sauron return, he will face our combined might, and be fearful. What a day this has been, Eärvin. We must learn from Isildur's example. Do not undervalue the worth of our alliances. It would be easy to look upon the wonders of Gondor even this early in its life and think that we can conquer any enemy. But Sauron is conniving, and if he does somehow return as Isildur fears, we will be glad for the strong warriors of the mountain.
The years passed, and the shadow grew again in Middle-earth. No word came from Garth Lothig, a fortress in Gondor. Isildur gathered a force of men to investigate.
Holy crap. Eriadar, this is terrible. Look what has happened to Garth Lothig. This is the reason we have heard naught from its defenders. They are slain and the fort taken. How could such evil have come to Gondor without our knowledge? Isildur, what do we do? You know what we must do, don't we? We will fight our way inside and reclaim this fort for Gondor. This is the work of orcs, Beriadar. You and Dorway come with me. We will fight our way into the fort while the rest of our band approaches Garth Lothig from the flank. They will rue the day they spilled Gondorian blood on our soil. The orcs must assemble these war machines in the shadows of the cliffs. The defenders sealed the doors and the orcs settled in for a long siege. But this was not a long siege. This way, while we have surprise on our side. Up the causeway. These orcs are different than those others we have seen this year, Beriadar. Something drives them. What sorrow has taken this place? We will scrub it from the walls and slay every orc. Ooh, a troll. The drums are getting louder. Ready yourselves, friends. Well, I guess I'm getting my orc slaying deed. Their ranks thin. Press onward, soldiers of Gondor. And yes, I know, he's not as handsome as Boromir, but still. Whoa. We have too late to save these people. But we'll make these orcs pay for everyone. The deluge comes. Their waves will crash and die upon the rocks of Gondor. I got a major laceration. We are victorious. If anything, this day can be called a victory. Breeder, look at that idol the orcs have erected, and tell me it is not what it seems to be. The orcs have erected a disturbing idol in the courtyard. An idol of Sauron.
It was the proof Isildur hoped not to find. Sauron had returned.
We know what this means, Beriadar. It means that these orcs are not leaderless, but were given a purpose by Sauron, their master.
And so Isildur summoned the men of the mountains to Erech to fulfill their oath.
It does not look good, Beriadar. The men of the mountain should have been here by now, but they have sent no word and made no appearance. I have never seen our Lord Isildur like this. It may be best for King Riok if he does not come here at all. I don't think there's going to be any sign of him. Our wait has ended, Beriadar. King Riok and some of his people now climb to the summit. They are late, but the support against Sauron will excuse them for their tardiness.
At last they approached.
I expected you earlier than this, Riok. And why have you brought so few men? We have not come to fight you. Your strength is nothing before that of Sauron. What are you saying, Riok? You swore an oath to fight against Sauron.
But the men of the mountains refused to fulfill their oath. They had worshipped Sauron in the Dark Years and thought they would be rewarded.
Of course. You do not frighten us. Sauron will crush your kingdoms as he has before. Hold. Death is too good for you, Riok. You will be the last king of your people. This curse I lay upon you and all of your folk, never to rest until your oath be fulfilled. You will not know the restful sleep of death. You will not know a day without the regret of your broken oath. This war will last for uncounted years, and you'll be summoned again before its end. Now go. Leave this place. My words will follow you. For the rest, for your
They
restless
fled
eternity.
before him, his curse echoing in their ears. They fled to their homes in the mountains, but they could never escape Isildur's curse.
I did not believe the whispers, Beriadar. I thought that Ryuk's people would be as good as their word, but it seems that the rumors were true. They worshipped Sauron in secret during the Dark Years, and now he has returned, and they cast their lot in with his. Standing here upon Eric, I look from the height, and I see for a great distance, even into the years ahead. Know this, my words to Ryuk were not empty. This war will last for countless years, and if Gondor defies Sauron, Ryuk's people will be summoned once more before the end. They will never know peace until they have fulfilled their oath. This I vow, and that all bear witness to it.
And it is said they linger still, hungering for the rest they shall never have.
So that explains the paths of the dead. Ryuk's men who can't rest. Well, why would Aragorn want to go there? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay.
The men of the mountains sought to escape their curse, but to no avail.
Fleeing back into their mountain homes, but no word of man relates what became of them in the years since. It is said a shadow lies now on Eric, where they broke their oath, and none now take the dim old road that ran through their gates and into the mountain home. The Rohirrim named that peak the Wimmerborg, Haunted Mountain, and the passages beneath it are known now as the Paths of the Dead. None would take that road, but Elrond bid his sons to remember it, and this leads me to worry. I know it lies heavily upon Halbarand's mind, and yet Nar knows something of it as well. Have we been watched without our knowledge? But how can that be?
We must not tarry over long, but I am worried about Nona.
These worries endanger our haste, but we must not tarry over long. But I would not forget the pains of those we have encountered along the way. The Ukluk girl who helped us when we came into Lodge, Nona, she lost her brother Wadu, ambushed by a hostile Dunlending clan, and she must be feeling the grief most keenly. Please go to her in the northeast corner of Lahanch and lend whatever aid and comfort you can. I do not want the Grey Company to wear blinders like those Erebor wore in his youth, before he was befriended by Seriadan. We must be aware of the hurts happening around us, and do what we can to help.
Do not be concerned for me. I am proud of the warrior Wadu became.
What is it that you want? Nona laughs, a harsh and humorous sound. Concern? Do not be concerned for me. I was lost after the death of my brother, but that was before I had learned of the glory he had attained before his death. Those who slew him were right to do so from hiding, for they must have been able to sense that he had become a great warrior and would have bested them. There was a tree that Wadu loved, atop a rise by the ox pens west of Launch. I left his sword there, to honor his memory. But I think he would rather I use it to attain even half the glory with it he did. Go to the tree and bring me his sword. Make sure that's the correct. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing me my brother's sword. I will use it in his memory.
It was a sword of Rohan, true. To my eyes, it is no longer the weapon of my people's ancient enemies. It is now my brother's sword. The sword with which he slew the mightiest Gweebir anyone has ever seen, and I will use it in his memory. Nona nods sternly and looks around at the huts of Launch. I have a request. Go to the leader of your company, the man called Halbarad, who has spoken at length with Glyn Bryn, and tell him that I will go with your people when they leave the Haunch. It is my desire to avenge the death of my brother on the enemies of the Ukluth and on the wizard Saruman. And our road lies together for a little while. Your man Halbarad is in Launch, is he not?
Absolutely not. This I must refuse.
What is it? The Ukluth woman has a request? Halbarad listens as you recount Nona's desire to travel with the Grey Company, but his response is quick and unyielding. No, absolutely not. This I must refuse. This is not open for debate. Halbarad shakes his head. But there is something urgent. Radanir did find something.
Rodnir found this letter stuck into a nearby tree with a knife.
It is addressed to the Rangers, and, well, I have left it on that crate there. Read it and tell me what you think it means. To the Rangers, I am a man of Gondor, a friend of the elves, and of all good folk. Call me Ergothon. I see the danger growing in the east and wish to oppose it. Liu Brennan dispatched a messenger from Tir Morva in Dunland, but the messenger was beset by foes outside Lahaid Ogo in the Lich Bluffs and was dragged within. If he yet lives, he will have information for you. I cannot reveal myself to you, but trust that I am a friend. I will contact you again when it is safe to do so. Ergothorn. Well, it sounds like we're going to have to head over there and see what's going on.
Is this Ergothorn a friend? Why will he not show his face?
I do not like it, and yet, if he is telling the truth, we need to know. Gather your allies you can trust and go to Lahaid Ogo, far to the south of here, on the right side of the road through the Lich Bluffs. It may be that a messenger from the south is in trouble, and if so, we could use the information that he brings. But keep your eyes open. I will not trust Ergothorn without proof, and it may be a trap. Now, this is one of the quests that was originally part of a group when they made a lot of the storylines, both solo and group, but they have changed it to solo. But if you notice, they will give you a buff, an Inspire Greatness bonus. And they still say the challenge will be great, and it will be. But we'll go ahead and continue onward. We can solo it, though. And I do believe at this point, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I am going to go ahead and call and end my stream for the day. So I would like to thank everyone for joining me. We had a chance to play around with some of the new hunter patches, and we found out some history of the Path of the Dead. We will continue here with this quest to try to find the entrance to Laird Ogo in the Lich Bluffs on Monday for MMO Monday. My next scheduled stream, will be this Sunday, and it'll be SWTOR Sunday, and we'll be continuing the Imperial Agent story, the last of the original origin stories that I need to complete. And there may be a stream of Diablo 4 between now and then, depending if I've got the energy and the spoons to do so. But I, again, would like to thank everyone for joining me today. And as a reminder, for those of you who are watching this on Twitch, I have a YouTube channel. The link is down below. And also, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube after the fact, I stream these live on Twitch 4 days a week, 2 days for LOTRO and 2 days for SWTOR. Link is also down below. So please come join me live, talk to me. I would love to have you here. And I also have a Discord server where I keep track of LOTRO news, Star Wars The Old Republic news, City of Heroes news, Diablo 4 news, Path of Exile news, and any other games that come up to mind. So please come and join me on my Discord server as well. For that, link is down below whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. So again, I thank everyone for joining me. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Please take care of yourself, be safe, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.